Michele Morrone, hi.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. We're going to talk about your debut album, which is entitled Dark Room, and the thing that was really appealing to me is that this album is pretty diverse. Was this because you tried to exercise yourself in different genres, in different kinds of music, or was it something spontaneous?
No, it was absolutely something spontaneous because, like, for example, I don't have like a style of song. I don't have a kind of song that I prefer. I usually listen at every kind of song from heavy metal, rock, or classic music, hip hop, trap, everything. I mean, so basically, this album doesn't have, let's say, can we say a title, a way that is going everywhere. This album basically has rock and roll, he has jazz, he has hip hop, he has all. I mean, let's say almost whole kind of music inside, yeah. Because I think that music, it's like a rainbow, you know. The rainbow doesn't have only one color, you know.
Written this album with Patryk Kumur and Dominik Buczkowski-Wojtaszek, who are really prolific songwriters, really busy songwriters, but
they're amazing people. They became like brothers for me. Like, it was amazing working with them.
And I've heard that they're really open-minded, open to your suggestions, and you've created this album instantly. It wasn't something that took a long time.
It wasn't because when I came to Poland, and my producer Robert told me, like, we have to do this album. I'm like, okay. So basically, I always had all the songs inside the album were inside my head already. So with the help of Patrick and Dominic, we just took out everything I had inside me, and I don't know what happened in that 2 weeks, because we wrote like one song per day. It was incredible. It was just incredible. Every day we took out something unbelievable. We didn't have to think a lot about the things, because it was just coming out just like that, you know, just like that. Yeah, that's the riff, that's the chorus, that's the verse, and it was just amazing, because it was an emotional moment, because I wrote also a song about my dad, who's not alive anymore. He died when I was 12, and that song, I remember that day we were trying to building up the song, and I was kind of explaining them the situation of my dad, and because he died from a sickness called Alzheimer, and at a certain point, Dominic and Patrick, they said, okay, man, we have to stop 1 second, let's smoke a cigarette, because this is too much for, like, it's really emotional, we have to stop, and then we kept going on.
Dark Room, it's pretty interesting, because your very first single was Feel It, which was a song in the vein of some R&B artists like The Weeknd. It was ballad that went pretty well with romantic film, but
thanks for the romantic film.
But you know, when you listen to the whole album, when you try to find something that binds this album, I would say that you are a vocalist who is keen on rock music, has this kind of bluesy attitude to singing. So I guess that Feel It is pretty outstanding song. It's not something that represents the whole album.
I mean, as I said, like, yeah, you got it right. I mean, like, I have kind of voice that when you listen at it, you think about rock and roll or rock music, but I think that as I told you, I like all kind of songs, and I think I was born as an actor. For me, music is a way that I can explore myself in a better way. I can, and I think that not having a way is the best way to express myself in a better as I can, as better as I can, yeah. So Feel It was perfect for the movie, because also when we think about the music, actually it rhymes. We can as well, and but that is the chord. For example, we can hear, for example, also the gun, the grill of the gun, you know? And it was perfect
The
for the
album
movie.
has really confessional character. It seems to be deeply personal. Did you treat recording it as a kind of therapy, as something that helped you to deal with some heavy stuff?
That's a really nice question for me. Thank you for that. Like, for a lot of years, I couldn't talk about my dad, for example. So I made a promise to myself that if I wasn't, if I will talk again about my dad, it was gonna be in an artistic way, because for many years I felt bad because it wasn't here anymore. So I'll tell you a good story. Like one day I had a fight with my sister because she always was telling me about the story of my dad, and I didn't want her to hear that, you know. So I just told her, listen, just stop talking about him, because it's hard for me, you know. And once I wrote that, I sent it to her, and she was impressed, because it was like 5 years we didn't talk about him anymore. She was impressed, and she started crying. And I told her, like, this is something that exorcism, you know, my dad from me, you know, the skeleton inside me is out. Then yes, I wrote also a Rain in the Heart, and I dedicated the song to my ex-wife and to the period that we got divorced, because it wasn't a sample period for me, and I decided to dedicate her this song, because she's the mom of my 2 kids, and she's really present. She's an amazing woman, and she deserved this. And hard for me, I dedicate this song as to people that they love each other. And I wrote the song also we wrote the song, me and Patrick and Dominic, for the movie. And yeah, actually you got right. I mean, I tried to take out everything I had inside, and it was the best way to throw up all of the emotion.
We've listened to Watch Me Burn, which was the second single promoting your album, and I enjoyed the production, because on the one hand it has this kind of retro vibe, this kind of bluesy vibe, but the production itself, it's very modern. It reminds me of bands like Watch Your Arms or Imagine Dragons. Is it something that you wanted to achieve, to combine the music from the past with something more contemporary?
I mean, yeah, I like to mix past and contemporary, basically. And it was the second idea for the movie, Watch Me Burn, because also the title reminds about the story of the movie. Watch Me Burn, I mean, like someone who's dying for love, someone who's burning for love. For example, Massimo is burning to have the love of Laura, and with the help of Patrick and Dominic, we were thinking about the second concept for the movie, and actually it came out a combo between past and present. Yeah, that was the idea.